Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Seso here, bringing us a cool little Photoshop tutorial today. Bringing us a cool little abstract banner design tutorial. Once again, last time I did this like 4 months ago, so bear with me. It's been a little bit, but I came back nice and strong and clean as always. And so pretty much today, we're gonna do something like this. It looks freaking dope in my opinion. It kind of like plays off the same style that I had last time, but this is a very different way of doing it, and a very it just looks like good, and it's not hard to do whatsoever. It's just kind of tedious, and that's the only part where it kind of gets like so if you can get to the tedious part, you're good to go. But as you can see, it looks really clean. Like if I wanted to make this more like really like fun and design wise, this is kind of like a bare bones, stripped down, clean, simplistic version. But if I don't know, maybe like doing some little oh god, try to click the new layer, like doing like something like that, like, you know, making sure it's perfect and whatnot, or cut out the correct, you know, like circle length, but like doing something like having like something like that or whatever, right? And then like having that on like both sides. You know what I mean? You feeling me right now? Okay, I think you understand what I'm trying to go for, like what I'm trying to say at least. And like doing something like that and having like a really fun play on like something, like actually have a box or like, you know, selected plan to put something in something. I don't know. I just randomly thought about that just now before, so I'm just gonna say it. But yeah, basically we're gonna be doing this today. So 2 likes on the video equals a secret down below. Do not forget to leave a like, smash the like button. Most likely get a PSD of this exact file that I'm in right now with the tutorial version and the actual example version for you guys to learn off yourselves if you guys wish to, which is a very nice way of learning. I do that 24/7 myself. So basically today, all we're going to be using really is a rectangle marquee tool, and that's about it. Like this, like I said, it's a little bit tedious, but once you get that tediousness done, it's going to be super easy, and it's all about designing after that, okay? So rectangle marquee tool is the M shortcut on your keyboard, or it's located your second tool on your left-hand side. Rectangle marquee tool, this is what we're going to be using today. Now the background is just the background hex code is actually EBA22E, which is like an orange. It doesn't really matter what color you choose. It just make sure you understand that your color has to be some sort of like a vibrant, catching color. It has to catch color. Okay, what am I trying to say? So basically, oranges, blues, like a very nice like hot pink, like kind of like this kind of pink over here. Whereas like this kind of pink is like really good for that. Other than that, I really don't know too many other colors, like maybe like a baby blue. I don't know, it just depends how you guys like look and see color, like really like it. But as you can see, this right here wouldn't look so hot. Like I'm just gonna show you guys what I mean. If you guys planned out a color that looked like, you know, this, like that's not that great at all. That does, like, you know, it looks hideous. That's what I mean. Understand what your color is gonna be before you actually start. So with that being said, let's get going. Okay, on my new layer, I'm gonna make a nice little rectangle here. And the rectangle is going to be pretty good size. I'll say like right about there. Or pretty thick size. I'm going to say my width is going to be like, or my height, you see my height right there? Like where my mouse is, the right of it. I'll make it about like 0.34. Or no, we'll go 31. 31's okay. Okay, so basically I'm going to take my foreground color, I'm just going to switch it to a nice lighter color that's on my background. And for me, that's going to be like F7B, F38, if you guys want to use the same exact colors that I'm using. And if you just press Alt Backspace, it quick fills it in, or if you right click fill color, put that exact same hex code in when you use drop down to use color, and then you can do the same exact thing if you guys wish to fill your actual square in, or your rectangle in. So with that being said, I can press Control D to deselect, and we're ready to go. So this is very easy, but very tedious at the same time, making sure you guys understand that this is not going to be like a 5-second thing. It's going to take you a little bit. It's going to take you a little bit to get a really nice design. And my opacity, I'm going to drop this down to about 40% really quickly. Also change my blend mode from normal to overlay. And then basically this is the part where it gets kind of stupid. So, stupidly good, okay? What you can do is either press Control J to duplicate your layer, and then move it over, and then try to like make it perfect or whatever. But if you guys did not know already, if you guys want to make a perfect like moving over, and you kind of want to keep it in the same orientation, just hold Shift. You can see it just snaps just like that if I hold Shift. And you'll never move out of that orientation from where you started from, so that you can do a duplicate like this, where it's very simple. Now you can do that, or Control J and move it with your mouse and hold Shift, or you can press Alt and Shift, and then when you click and drag, it'll make the duplicate and also move it at the same time. So for me, that's what you're gonna be doing. So all you're gonna be doing is making multiple duplications of this rectangle on overlay. That way you guys can understand that once you start putting overlays on overlays, and then the opacity is at like a lower opacity, you'll be seeing yourself getting different gradients of color. Now, this is what you want. So pretty much I'm just going to make pretty dramatic, something like that. Maybe like another one over here. Or like right there. And then like right here. I think that's good. Maybe like kind of like this as well. So pretty much just like this, making like a dramatic like gradient, right? But as you can see, I went from like, one from here to there, made a little more wider in this area, made a little more wider here, and then started overlapping. That's what I want. I want that different kind of shades of color or different tones of color. And then pretty much all you're gonna do is you can select the first layer, hold Shift. When holding Shift, you select the layer that you want to select all your other copies of. You'll click the last layer, and basically you'll click everything in between that Shift click, and you can press Control G, excuse me, to duplicate, to group the layers. And this will just be our first rectangle. And then basically what you can do now is you can just press Alt Shift and drag this duplicated group, or just duplicate the group and actually do something like this, where it's just, a lot less tedious, but at the same time, you're still gonna have to fix this, because what you do not want is for these colors to line up. You want each row to be a different, you want each row to just have a different feel to it. You want to have it make sure it looks like you did it over again. So basically what you can do is just go inside the group and start moving things over, or just add more shapes. I'm pressing Alt and Shift right now. I'm making more shapes, as you guys can see over there, and something like that. I can probably delete something in there just to make it look different. But you see that this is a very big block of shape. I don't want that. So I'm gonna move that around. Also try to move the originals more as well, because it will give that that different look. For me, that's good now, because there's no really hard shape besides not even this right here. This is not even a hard shape either. It's two different tones. So pretty much now I can take this group and then duplicate it again. And this is, like I said, it's very tedious, but at the same time it's worth it. So now I'm going to do this again. I'm going to take all the original parts, move them over for a little bit, holding Shift, moving them over. And I want to get, different. See this big block of color? I do not want that. So I'm going to try to figure out if I can get something like this. That looks pretty good. I'll take Alt. I'll take something over here and drag it right there. And then is there any spot that's really, I'm pretty sure everyone has a different opinion of how shapes are working in your head. You guys are killing yourselves right now. Oh my god, I put something right here. I'm so sorry. But anyway, I'm gonna make another duplicate right now. And I probably 2 or 3 more after this and we're good. Or actually 1 more after this and then we're good. So pretty much I'm gonna take this one again, move some of these shapes around, and I'm just gonna go ahead, take another duplicate, take an original, move it around. I'll move this one over this way. And I think it looks pretty good. You can see that shape right there is annoying the hell out of me. I'll move that over there. Alright, so that's not terrible. So basically now what you can do is you can just take each group. I'm just going to group everything together again. And then basically I'm just going to make one group of all these different groups. And I can press Alt, drag it down here. And then basically you can have something like this. Now what I would prefer to do is just actually Control T'ing, free transform basically. Right click, flip horizontal. And it'll just give me a nice little shape. It'll just kind of reverse what I had going on here. And this is absolutely perfect. This is what I'm looking for. So that's what I mean by, I don't want too many of the same shape. This right here is kind of going to bother me, but it's going to be okay. It's not terrible. But if yours are really big blocks of shape that looks like the same exact shade of whatever color that you chose, that's when it gets a problem. Okay? It's just as long as you understand that. We're going to group this together, and we're going to call this backup, because we're going to make a duplicate of this backup group. Just like so, Control J. And then merge this backup group together, and this will be our first layer that we're going to be working with. Now, to get this really dope look where it has something like this, right? I don't know if you guys can tell, but it kind of gets from bigger to smaller going this way. The easiest way to do that is using perspective. So if you guys don't know what perspective is, it's in your free transform. So Control T again to bring up this free transform box where you can rotate the stuff and stuff. You know what I mean? All right, so you're going to right click and then go to perspective. Now, you can do whatever you guys want. This is where you can get, creative and whatnot. You can go up here and move things up this way if you guys want to, which is pretty dope in my opinion. But what we're going to be doing for this tutorial is going to be actually on perspective. We're going to take the top right point right here, dragging your mouse down. And when you drag your mouse down, you're going to get this perspective, of course, where it's going to be from big to small. And I'll put this to about there is pretty good. Let's press enter. And basically you have this little abstract layer going on here. So to fill this in, I want to fill this other, this orange space in the the background here on the top and bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer. And I'm just going to press Control T to free transform. Right click, flip horizontal. I'll move it up. And I'll go to right here. Right. And I'll do the same exact thing. Flip horizontal again. Flip vertical. Flip horizontal. And then we have something like this. And then basically you get a full-on, just a full-on, how would you say, a full-on like background of this really dope like abstract style. Now, if you guys want to, you can also just change the perspective for these as well. If you guys want to make it look more, you know, deep in like, ooh, that's kind of stretching out very, very much, to be honest. But I don't know. You guys can work with that if you guys wish to, but this is kind of what I want. So to actually make this layer start popping out, I'm going to group all this together again. And we're going to make two different duplicates. So we're going to make one duplicate right now. We're going to merge this together as well. And we're going to go to, from normal, we're going to change this to darken. And darken is just going to give us a little bit more like depth in these colors. You can't really see them that well if you guys don't have darken on. And with that being said, as long as we have that on right now, we can just load the opacity down a little bit. Just like so. Okay. Okay. We're looking good. Alright, so pretty much now I'm making another duplicate of this original. So I'm going to my number one, pressing Control J, move it up here, merge it all together, and we're going to change this next one to multiply. And this is going to make everything really, really dark and start sticking out more. And this is kind of what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and just like take my eraser and just erase a couple spots, because I don't want it to all be the same color. I want to kind of have like a little bit of like you know, lights and darks and just different spots. I'm just going to take my eraser, erase in a couple spots. Like you can see on my thumbnail, I just erase like top left, bottom, and then top right a little bit. And then basically now I can just load this opacity down. And what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to make a duplicate of all the groups together. So the background group, which is all the groups all together, right? Our darken group and our multiply group, and I'm going to press Control J to make a duplicate of it, and then Control E, merge that all together, and then basically I'm going to take multiply again, lower the opacity down, not too much though, but like maybe like 70, take my eraser, and just erase in a couple more spots again. So this will give me a little bit more depth to work with, or like kind of just like kind of offset some of these colors, look to make it look a little bit better in my opinion, right? So this is our darken layer. This is our multiply layer. Just put an X for multiply, and then this is our another multiply layer. So, all I want to do is like bring out the color. If you guys did not know what we just did, it was very, very vibrant and it looks fine right now, but it's not going to work out when we put the color corrections on. So as you can see, if I go through it, the darken helps out a little bit, and then of course the multiply helps out with the eraser in like different spots, and then putting another multiply and more different spots being erased. It just looks a little bit better in my opinion, and it brings out that nice color. So now what you guys can do is you can either, I don't know if you guys want to, but if you can try exposure out and put your offset up a little bit, and then take your gamma correction and just put that up, like, to a pretty good amount. Like maybe 0.85 for your gamma correction and like 0.0055 for your offset. That's a pretty good exposure rate right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another color correction. So I'm going to use this little half circle and go to brightness and contrast. And I'm going to see if I go, let's see, where do I want to go this time? I want to go negative with my brightness. I kind of want to go up, so like 5, and then maybe, because you can always put multiple brightness and contrast. I think I'll go 5, like 50. That looked pretty good. It looks good like that, so I'm down for that. That looks pretty good. And so what I have right now is you can start seeing that, let's just like go ahead and undo this. You can start seeing what's going on here. We don't have as much intense color just yet, but the way to get it is just multiplying duplicating different layers and just trying different layer modes. And I'm going to see what I can do to get this exact look. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually take this entire thing that you just did. So basically, let's just pretend this is in here, but it's here, you know what I mean? And the backup's not there. Just take everything else that you did that's actually visible, Control J to duplicate it, and then Control E to merge together, put it on multiply again, and we're just going to keep putting on multiplier. Let's just try out other things as well. Let's just see what happens. Like, soft color doesn't look that bad. I can take soft color, take my eraser, and just erase a couple more spots. And this is just going to create a very nice field of just like, you know, this very nice highlight look to this background. And that's what I want to work with. So pretty much now I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put that little white thing on the bottom. Take my pen tool, click on like a nice little upper part here, and then just before you get to the end, go right to the bottom, click, connect it, fill it in with a nice white, press OK, and you have that going on. It looks pretty nice. I'm going to take my logo really quickly, put it in there as well, just try and get some other things going in here. And if you guys do not know, the way I put my logo in a circle is all you have to really do is you take this is my logo group right here, or my logo layer, and this is our little white bar bottom, and then basically we'll take a new layer, take a elliptical marquee tool, and if you hold Alt and Shift while making a circle, a big enough circle for your logo, and also enough to fill a little more space. Fill that in with white, right? And then you can just hold Control and then click on the thumbnail of your logo, and then basically what's going to happen is going to select the logo, and it's like kind of like it's little, what do they call, like marching ants or whatever. So that way, if you press delete on the layer of your circle, and then just get rid of your logo, basically you have like a nice little layer where it's just your logo in a circle, and it looks pretty good, and it fills space, and I like doing this a lot. So that's that. Looks pretty good. That's totally not the middle. There's no way this is the middle of this canvas. This is absolutely wrong. I think the middle is like right here, right? Yeah. Good. So there we go. It's in the middle now. And also, if you guys wish to, at this moment, you can actually put the little light on the top if you guys want to, with a nice little soft brush and a nice little white brush as well. Just clicking around the top. And what this will do is set you up for a nice little, like, little more light. And if you guys do this now, I'm gonna do another brightness and contrast to get more color out. But we did kind of like a little bit more things with the lighting effects, so it's gonna give us a different look to it. Put our contrast pretty high up there. Right. You guys see it going on here now. You can see it starting to look really, really nice. And so pretty much now, what you can do is you can just go ahead and, what did I kind of like? I don't need that anymore. But let's see what I kind of want to do. I can put these little things in. If you guys like how this looks, I'll show you guys how to do that. So pretty much all you have to do is, what I did was I took another new layer, and I took an elliptical tool again. So I'm just going to take this elliptical tool, marquee tool, and I'm just going to go ahead and like make a pretty nice, I'm actually going to start from here, like start from the edge of the actual dimension and go to here. And I think that's pretty good, right? Just a simple little big circle that fills from the left to right. And then what you're going to do is just fill it up. It does not matter what you fill it in with whatever color. It does not matter at all. What you want to do is lower your fill all the way down to 0. That will get rid of what's actually showing on the layer, but also allow the layer styles that's going to be on the layer to actually still be seen. So you want to take your inner shadow, and you want to take your size, and I would say throw it. I'm going to take your distance, throw it all the way down to 0. Take your stroke and your size. Also take your color from multiply. You see where it says like this little black bar. Change this to like the darkest color that's on your banner design, and just make it a little bit more darker. Then press OK. I'll put this opacity up actually, and then pretty much press OK. Rasterize this layer. That way the actual inner shadow is going to be its own layer now, basically, where I can actually erase it. And actually now you erase, like, I'm going to show you guys why you want to rasterize. If not, when you erase things, it's going to look like that. That's not what we want. We want it to be rasterized. That when we erase, it does not do that. It looks like that. Also, change your blend mode here to multiply as well to get the same exact inner shadow effect. But basically now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this and erase like that. Do something like that. Looks pretty good. I do like how that looks, actually. Right? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually duplicate everything again. And you guys already know, multiply. Put this pretty down on the opacity here. About 60 or so. Take my eraser once again, and I'll erase in a couple more spots, and let's see what we're going to get. Like, something like that over there. Over here. I love how this looks right here. This transition looks freaking, like, beautiful. I love how clean this is looking. And this is basically what you guys want to go for. And to end it off again, I'm actually going to put another white brush layer at the top. Because the other white brush hit did get, like, smothered by other, like, color corrections. But if I just do this one more time on the top, right, lower the opacity down a little bit, and then maybe just put it in a different spot as well, like maybe down here, or like over here, and like over here with a smaller brush. Would that look bad? No, I think it looks pretty good. I like it. I like how this is looking. Okay. Alright, I think I'm down for that. I pressed my brush. Okay, I do like how that looks. So, pretty much, as you can see, we're getting that, like, look where it just looks really clean, it just looks really dope. And if you guys want to do anything else, you guys could totally go for it. But I'm just going to make sure if I'm getting, like, all the stuff that I had in my example here. My color's just very, very, very rich. And the way I didn't do it, like, I just kept layering and layering and layering. Maybe even using levels is not a bad idea. Let's just see if levels will work for me here. Like, put my middle bar up to this way, like toward the white one. And I think it kind of does make it look a little more better, or closer to my example. Right? I would totally say so. Maybe just lower the opacity on the levels, just a little bit. I do like how that looks. I'm totally down. Okay. I feel it. Okay, sweet. And just really quickly, I kind of do want to just do what I was talking about in the beginning of the tutorial, where I kind of just want to, like, take my... No, I want a rectangle. And we're just gonna, like, do... If you do this in, like, Illustrator, it'd be so much better. I don't know if this is gonna work in Photoshop, but I'm gonna fill this in with white. I'm gonna control click on the... Where's my, like, logo layer? Oh, God. There it is. Control click on that. Press delete on my keyboard for the rectangle layer. Move that over. It doesn't look as pretty, but, you know, it'll work. Do something like that. And then delete that over there. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Oh. Yeah or no? Like, is that a yes or a no? What do you guys think? Does it look weird? Probably looks weird. In my opinion, it kind of does look really weird. But just, like, who knows, right? Like, right there, and then, like, having two things on that side. Bro, we're totally getting somewhere, okay? And this looks really good. I'm probably going to stop here. Just as, like, I'm just trying to open up just, like, a whole bunch of different opportunities for you guys. I know you guys love abstract designing, so that's why I want to show you guys how to do something like this today. And as you can see, it's very, very, very easy. Very super easy, but it's just super kind of tedious, but it'll just take you a little more time. But just because it takes more time does not mean it's super, super freaking hard. But to get that rich, rich color without any of these color corrections, I'm going to just take all these off really quickly, but I'm also going to layer them really quick so I can just, like, go back to them really easily. But taking all these color corrections off, it doesn't look good, in my opinion, with even, like, the lighting ones. Like, even, like, this is a lighting one. And where's the other lighting one? This is kind of like lighting this stuff. This is like for the background though, but as you see, it looks very bland. It looks kind of like flat. But if we throw everything on, it looks more it just looks better. Okay, it looks a lot more better. So if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, guys. 20 likes on the video equals the decision down below. As always, do not forget to follow me on Twitter at SesoHQ. I like to stream sometimes, like every once in a while. Also, you can freaking tweet at me any questions that you have on the tutorial or whatever. Like whatever, I always have Twitter open whenever I'm on my computer. Also, don't forget to check out my Sellfy, sellfy.com/SesoHQ for any premiums pack as low as $5. Or basically, you can get the everything pack for one purchase of $30. You get everything in my store that's on the store right now currently, and then anything that comes out will get emailed to you guys for free through an email update, which says like, "Yo, new product out, download it here," and you guys keep getting that as long as I keep uploading on Sellfy, and it's pretty freaking dope. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoy your freaking weekend. I actually ended up like having like these like I don't know if you guys saw, but I had like this like the crappiest schedule. I tweeted it out. I was like Wednesday and Thursday 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. till 10 o'clock p.m. 2 days in a row, bro. That's not happening. Okay, like that it hurts, and it takes like 40 minutes to just drive back home. So that was like I fixed that ASAP. But do not do that if you guys are me. Make sure you check your schedules, all that cool stuff. Talk to you guys later. Sis, reach you out. Peace.